What's up? What's up? This your girl Lulu Allen. Civil Mindset Podcast. We finna jump right into it. We out here talking about businesses, relations, and womanhood. Yo, let's tap in real quick. Let's slide in to South Memphis on Shanëa. Let's get it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Girl,
go. I'm ready.
Cause we definitely be talking about womanhood. Cause whew, they ain't see us
And
gonna be
do
like this.
listen. They thought adulthood was something serious, nigga. Womanhood is on another level, child. It.
Man, for real, it's like you growing up, a little girl, becoming a woman. You think it's gonna be all peaches and cream, have a good job, everyday life, no stress. Man, what?
You
No
know what's crazy? I be
what's
thinking to
up?
myself sometimes, like, you know how people be like, I'm a grown ass woman, or I'm grown as hell, or when I say I'm a grown woman, it be like, am I a woman though? Like, have I met the womanhood requirements to be a woman though? Like, that's a strong ass word. Like, I'm a woman. Like, shit, women sound grown as fuck. Like, am I that grown yet? Like,
It's like the standard of being a woman is like pretty high. You know what I'm saying? Like when people say I'm a grown ass
yes,
woman, it feel like they got their shit together, like their own place, like not
yes.
not just no apartment. I'm talking about if you gonna have womanhood, I see womanhood as a, you got a loft or you on your own crib, you know what I'm saying, paying mortgage type stuff, your car, you got your business, you know what I'm saying? You don't need nobody to do nothing. You super independent, everything together. If you know what I'm saying, you got kids, you holding it down, whether you a single parent, whether you in a relationship, marriage with somebody. I just feel like I'm not there yet. Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I be like, when I think about womanhood, and I'm about to be 30. Like, this is the year I turned 30. And grown women are like so mature. They're so poised and graced. Or even if they're not graced, but they got their shit together. Nigga, my shit is not together. I'm still gathering it, okay?
I'm with you, still figuring it out. I feel like, and that's another thing, the age, like you said, you could be big, be 30. I'm like 1 year behind you, and I feel like 30 is like, I'm like, dang, in a year, I don't think I'm going to be where I'm supposed to be when I think about being a woman. Like, just having all my ducks in a row, especially like the behavior of a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like you said,
Yes.
poised. That's even being poised. It's like, just nothing could throw you off. Like, you're so focused, so driven. Like even though, like let's say you're not in your career field, you know what I'm saying? You're still working towards that.
Mhm.
Nothing you off. I feel like any little thing takes me off. Like I'm too emotional. I'm too wrapped into life that emotionally I'm easily thrown off. So like as a woman, when you think about womanhood, it's like no matter what you own it. Like something knock you down. It's like nothing can knock you down when you're a woman.
I mean, facts. And you know what's crazy? I think the beautiful part about womanhood, because you say something, turning 30, bitch, it's scary. I'm trying to hold on to 29, like with every day that I'm like, nigga, my birthday is 6 months. Like, I'm gonna be 30 in 6 months. Like, what the fuck I'm gonna do at 30? But I think
Right.
the beautiful part about coming into full womanhood is knowing that, you know what, I might not I might not be perfect, but I'm getting my shit together. I think that level of maturity, being able to accept that and take accountability and own your shit is what will welcome you into womanhood. You know? Like, when you're in
Nah,
your 20s, like, you be trying to deny some shit, like, you know what, that ain't me. Or you try to be something that you're not, but when you 30, you like, you know what? It's my shit. It's not perfect. I'ma own it.
it is what it is.
It is what it is at this point. Like, I might be a little crazy sometimes, or I'm not in my career field, but I'm working on it. I'm not hurting for shit. I'm
Right.
not lazy. It's the what is the realization? The acceptance.
Yeah.
Yes, child. Hopefully it be beautiful because I'm scared, child.
No, I agree. And that's why I say, even with having children, like if I have a daughter, if I'm blessed to have a child, I mean, blessed to have a daughter, like I don't even care if I have more girls than boys, more boys than girls. I don't care. But when it comes to me being a woman and raising a girl to be a woman, I feel like we so focused on the mental and like emotional aspect. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not too much pressure to be like, held yourself accountable or do this or do that. But it's like even today, I'm out here, washing my car, and this older lady, she was so entitled to the vacuum. And I'm like, yo, you not even parked in the right space. And she was making like a huge crazy deal about it. And I'm like, dang, like you're damn near fucking 60 and you're acting so childish. Like, and to me, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even about the age, but it's about the whole maturity part. It's about like, hey, like if I say, hey, give me a second or whatever like that, you're not entitled. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? You're in the road to begin with. So why even, it's like she was looking for a problem, looking for an issue. So with me being a woman, and when it comes to that time, I'm raising a girl being a woman, my main focus is going to be like, carry yourself and treat people how you really want to be treated because you look crazy.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's crazy? Like, speaking of having kids, because I'm terrified. But when it comes to, I don't think people understand. Not to discredit little boys, not to say that little boys don't need the time, the effort, the attention. I'm not discrediting little boys. I'm not a fucking boy, so I can't speak on what the fuck little boys need. And nor do I have kids. But growing up as a little girl who did not have a foundation into womanhood, they did not have that mother figure, they did not have that womanhood role model. Little girls really need that guidance. Like the world is already against them, and then we black. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
little girls really need that extra minute, that extra day, that extra time, that extra love and development into them. Because you're right, coming into womanhood is a fucking hurdle. The world see you different. The
Yeah.
way you portray yourself, the way the world portrays you, it's a constant battle out here for your womanhood.
Yes. It really
Have a little
is.
scary. Like, what do you teach? Like, not what do you teach your daughter, but Jesus, girl, I don't even know.
It's a
Big,
lot because like you have that for like for me, I had the foundation, but it was like when it comes to certain things, like I had the foundation from like the protection from my father. You know what I'm saying? My mother, teaching
mm-hmm,
me, how to carry myself, hygiene, the way I look, the way I dress. You don't want to look crazy. You don't want your hair crazy. If your hair crazy, throw on the hat. Stuff like that. But it's like when it comes to relations, especially,
ooh,
and that depends on your parents' age as well, because my parents are older, so they're more old school. So they was teaching me like, hey, if you're not married, you're not in a relationship. You're in a relationship when you're married. But it was like
mm,
when it comes to womanhood now, a lot of people, a lot of females, well, not a lot, but it's a decent amount of females that, we're getting a lot away from the one person taking care of everything. It's more into the partnership, but it depends on what type of partnership are you looking for? Like, if I'm gonna be sitting here working as a woman, regardless if you're in a same-sex relationship or a heterosexual relationship, as a woman, I'm looked upon to hold so much down, especially being a black woman. I feel like we have too much on us and don't get the credit that we're supposed to. So it's like that's the part I lacked in as far as like being a womanhood, like, okay, taking care of boo boo, this and that. But it's like when you want to decompress, it be you so overworked and out of shape, you're angry at the world, and it's like you're not decompressing properly. So it's like, yeah, you may lack the protection, you may lack the cool down period, the time when you feel like, damn, I'm overworked. Let me treat myself. Let me take care better of myself.
you know what's when it comes to that aspect of womanhood, as far as relationships and hygiene and all of that, girl, I wish, which is why I'm such a stickler when people have daughters, like, give that extra time to your daughter. I wish simple shit like that I had. I was well into my late teens before I learned proper hygiene as a woman. Not that it was bad, but proper hygiene. You know what I mean? Not that I was a dirty kid or a nasty kid, but properly taking care of like your vagina, your woman parts, what to look for, how things
Yes,
should be. As far as having sex, because I was 17 when I lost my virginity, getting regular checkups, you know what I'm saying? Noticing when that man's penis is not good or what that itch is, like my first yeast infection, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I didn't
I
have
agree.
no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes to men, My parents are 15, almost 16 years older than me. My parents were young as fuck. My mama didn't have proper guidance. You know what I'm saying? My daddy didn't have proper guidance. When it came to dating and the expectations of a relationship, I was one of those girls, and I'm so glad. I'm so thankful for therapy, and I'm so thankful for growth, and I'm so thankful for awareness and being able to see myself for what I was. I was one of them girls chasing love in all the wrong places, like legit. You know what I mean? And it took heartbreak, and it took feeling dumb and feeling stupid and doing
Mhm.
shit the wrong way and
Yep.
feeling down and feeling fucked up for me to want to seek help to learn what love was, what a proper partnership was, what even
Mhm.
even for me, because I grew up angry. You know what I mean? I was a very
Yeah.
angry young lady. It took me learning how to properly talk to a man, how to treat a man, how to grow with a man, how to not feel like everything that man is saying is belittling me or talking down to me or taking away my independence. Shit like that took a while for me. You know what I mean? And I wish that this is stuff that little girls and little boys, but we talking about little girls right now. But I wish little girls would learn this shit coming up. You know what I mean? That shit is
Yes, that one we
important.
already up.
Yes, that shit is important. Had I known then what I know now, when I tell you, Lou, I'll be a different bitch. I swear to God, I would be a different.
No, I agree.
These
I
relationships, like I would have avoided so much bullshit, girl.
yes. Yes.
I wouldn't have married my first goddamn ex-husband. That shit, he was a big ass red flag, girl. Let me tell you something. That motherfucker would have been in the fucking goodbye.
Wouldn't even
Listen,
had a chance.
girl, he wouldn't have had the. I wouldn't, girl. I would have double time left to his ass. But he was there.
Man.
He sing fuck about me. You know what I mean? He liked to fight. So in my eyes, I saw that as protection, as love, because he wouldn't let nobody fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? But had I had
Yeah.
proper guidance, what real love was and what a partnership was and what romance was and what a team was, that
Yeah.
motherfucker wouldn't have been my husband, girl. No, it would have been a dub for that
I'm
shit.
I, look, I'm with you. And that's what, like my parents is like my OG, the minimum they like 34 years older than me. So it was like they were older, they were mature, they were real old school. So it was like first off, being gay was like a huge no. So that right there, it was like that's when I started feeling not heard, belittled, things like that. Like I said, they were old school. And then like after we went through like this crazy relationship, and my pops was a homophobe, but he never. Once I had came out, he changed. Like we never talked about it until like later on, but he never was like disrespectful to me or nothing like that. And like my mom, she was like, how you gonna have kids? So that was kind of like it was very challenging at first. But then when we got out of it, over that hump, it was like all those years of feeling like neglected, disowned, all these different things that you always hear about, like gay girls. It was like I'm starting feeling looking for those things in other females. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like, oh damn, I'm starting to feel wanted. Like you said, once you start lacking something at home, you start seeking it elsewhere, and it be in the wrong people, the wrong places. But you get
Uh-huh.
the one thing that you're getting, that you've been wanting. Everything else, all the red flags, doesn't even fucking matter. It just don't.
Facts.
So it's like, but yes, and it's so much that comes with relations because it's like even now as a grown woman, I'm like, damn, I'm still finding myself in failed situations because of the choices I make because I
Uh-huh.
feel like I'm still catching up mentally and like emotionally, like behaving myself when
Yes.
I feel
Ooh,
respect. Like it's just so
I
much.
I feel you on that. Like now in my interactions with men, and I'm noticing it back and forth, and I'm like, is this shit normal? Am I normal? Like I've grown leaps and bounds, and I'm so proud of the woman that I've become because the girl I used to be and the woman I am, two different people, and I'm proud of my growth. But now that I see it, and I kind of got an understanding for what healthy relationships should and should not look like. Now I'm like, damn, am I behind the curve? Like,
Yes.
I need to catch up to the curve because this should not be right. It should not be like this. Like now that I'm seeing, it's my part in this because now it takes me longer to respond and react because I'm like, I don't want to do this shit the right way because, sweetie, give me time. I just got here. Y'all motherfuckers been here.
Right.
I just got.
Right, no, I feel, and that's the beautiful part of womanhood. And it's like it's so crazy because it's like, a lot of times I catch myself looking at the little girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I'm 20 now, but I'm still looking at the little girl, like having like tantrums or like not like screaming, crying on the floor, but just my behavior. I feel like, damn, when you just look back and you see the small child, the trauma inside of you, and you be like, hold on, let me get myself together. So I feel like that's the part of the womanhood that we're walking into where it's like we're starting to own our shit. We're starting to be accountable. We're starting to catch ourselves. We're starting to see our part in situations and react differently to get changed behavior, just get a different result, which is a beautiful thing. And even with the hygiene, like it's so much that goes with a female, even to the point of wiping. You can wipe wrong and have a yeast tomorrow. Like,
yes, ma'am, sure can. And you know what? I feel you on all that.
It's just so crazy. Then it's like your cycle, and it's like even understanding our bodies. Our bodies change every month. Our bodies are never the same. We go through our periods. We sit here and we be moody, and we're sitting here losing minerals and energy and sleep. We're angry. We on the edge. We ready to blow some shit down. Like, leave me alone. And you talking about you want to do this, you want to fuck, you want to, don't even touch me. Like, it be so, but.
I feel you on that. It's like I'm at a point in my life now where I see the little girl that I was, and a lot of times I have to tell people, look, I'm going to back out this right now because I need to go tame myself. And it's like, baby, it's going to be okay. And I keep talking to myself like, it's going to be okay, sweetie. We built for this. We know how to get through this. Everything is not out to hurt you. You know what I mean? Like, this is the part of womanhood where you know, where your discernment is on high. You can decipher that. You can decipher, and you have a choice now. You know what I mean? You have a choice. You can deal with the bullshit, or you can avoid the bullshit. You can call.
You had a choice. You just now realizing your choices.
Mm-hmm. Like you have the power now. It's you have the power. You honed it. You know who you are, sweetheart. We don't have to act crazy because we don't know this now. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to spaz out. You have to feel out of place, baby. You got the power now. Ball is in your court. You know what I mean? Move accordingly. And I have to tell often. You know what I mean? Because just like you said, you always look. Girl, you have to, especially coming from trauma, you have to, because the shit don't go away. And I hate when people have the preconceived notion that trauma somehow magically disappear. The shit don't go away. You know what I'm saying? You learn how to work through it and overcome it, but it don't go away. The shit come back up. You think about it. You have dreams about it.
You feel it's like it comes back, like the thought or something reminds you of it or anything, or even the feeling, something that's not even related can make you feel similar to that trauma feeling. And it's always there. It's about acknowledging it. That's a big girl part about it. Like, you know what? I know what happened. You acknowledging that, and you like, okay, even if my trauma is similar to the situation I'm in, I've been through this. I know how it's going to end. Why am I still here? Again, I got the choice, like you were saying. But then it'd be like, hold on, am I tripping? Am I sitting here feeling like, am I creating it? Because sometimes we can projecting stuff or sitting there putting our thoughts in people's mouth, and that don't even be the situation, just because the feeling is similar to the feeling I felt when I was like in a traumatic experience. And again, part of being a woman and realizing that, like, damn, okay, let me go chill out.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to just pull yourself to the side and be like, I need to chill. Because sometimes, even when people talk to me, especially when something like trigger me, and people are talking to me during it, and I'm like, are you gonna fucking tell me how to fit? Nah, I feel myself going back to the traumatic about the fucking attack, and I have to be like, you know what? Nope, not doing
today.
This. Not because I'm about to fuck you up. No, not today. Give me some
No,
time.
I agree. I agree with you. And that's another thing, boundaries. I mean, when we're so young, we're in our 20s, we live in life. We say everybody, and that's another thing. Life is so rushed, but it's so short at the same time. And it's like we're not rushing life because it's so short. Like, you don't know if you're going to be here today, tomorrow, you're dying, whatever the case may be. You don't know. We're sitting here rushing life because we're sitting here trying to live a certain lifestyle according to what we see, what's the idea, all these different things. And it's like when we're in our 20s and stuff, girl, it's whatever. We don't care. Hey, we gonna cuss you out. We gonna keep it moving. We sit here adding trauma to the trauma bag, carrying this motherfucker around, and keep adding experience that we could just avoid because we never took the time and just set boundaries from jump.
Facts. Listen, in my 20s, when I tell you, as if my childhood and my 10 years weren't traumatic enough, in my 20s, the shit I was doing didn't fucking help my growth. You know what I'm saying? I think I was maybe 25, 26 when I started seeking real help and real growth and real counseling and really seeing myself for who I was and who I wanted to be. In your 20s, girl, you just living the day to day. You know what I mean? And I'm so grateful that I don't feel like I have to live that life no more, that I'm not under those pressures. But I try to tell young girls, I used to coach young girls. You know what I mean? I try to tell young girls, slow down. I know tomorrow not promised. I know life is to be lived, but your life is yours. You know what I mean? Don't be like me touching 30 and you just now realizing your own power, your own worth, your own strength, you know what I mean? Your own flaws, you know, the good things about you and identifying who you really are. Don't wait till you're my age. Do that shit when you grow. I'm not saying you can't enjoy life, but don't let the life that you're trying to enjoy add to the shit that you already had to overcome and get over and get through. So that way you're not struggling in late woman years. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. Look up and you a bitter ass bitch. Hell, that's not the goal. Like, sit there adding to it. It should be so much. Even with the relations, and then you find yourself in these toxic relationships, and you sit here looking at it for what it's not. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, like you gotta go through this. Yes, this person loved me, and I swear, being grown, being in a marriage and stuff, you realize, bro, that's not
No.
love ain't enough. It ain't. That's not love. It be like love ain't enough. You looking for more than that. You looking for loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Security because you on your own shit, but the security to the point where I know if something fell in my life, I could depend on you. You looking for finances. You looking for honesty. You look for respect. Girl, if respect ain't the most important goddamn thing, I feel like that's so underrated and not talked about when it comes to these relationships and marriages.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I've been married twice. Now in relationship, and neither one of the marriages worked. I've been divorced twice. You know what I mean? When it comes to relationships, now I used to be that girl that felt like if you loved me or love this, love that. Now I tell people don't marry for love. Let me say something. Love is not gonna it's not gonna carry that marriage. You understand me? I'm to the point now where I'm no longer going to be that person that's going the extra mile to make sure a motherfucker not doing me right. Because it's the whole respect factor. I'm not checking no motherfucker's phone. I'm not holding no leash on no motherfucker. I'm not telling you where you can and cannot go. Because let me tell you something. Just like I can respect you enough to do right by you, just like I know right and wrong. And women, we do that. We expect a motherfucker to treat us how we treat them. And we wait around and we try to get them benefited down. We give them chance after chance after chance to grow and learn. But motherfuckers, that is information out the gate. No, boo boo. You a grown ass man like I'm a grown ass woman, or you a grown ass woman like I'm a grown ass woman. If I know how to do right by you, sweetie, you know how to do right by me. I'm not gonna hold your hand through this shit. Hold your own goddamn hand. If I'm out here, you could be out here curving motherfuckers. If I'm out here making sure people ain't texting me the wrong shit, you can do the same thing. Boy, I'm not putting no on you. I'm not doing none of that, sweetie. I'm not gonna tell you, 2:00 is too motherfucking late. You be rolling in this bitch. Cause if I roll in this bitch at 2:00, you have a problem. Don't do that.
You know.
And
We shoot this bitch up.
that power and that realization, like, baby, you don't have to stress yourself out and love is not a burden. Let's be clear. Love will never be and never have been a burden. You don't have to burden yourself being responsible for somebody else's actions. Fuck all that. They grown like you grown. Them motherfuckers know right. Hold them accountable. And if they not accountable, then guess what? Let that motherfucker be. Go stress somebody else out, but you're not gonna stress me. No.
Man, you're not gonna take the years off my life chasing behind your ass.
I done wasted 2 years of my life trying to make sure a motherfucker doing me right. I wish I motherfucking would. Child, please. You better hope I'm doing your ass right. Let's be clear.
I've been doing wrong so much. That's all I know how to show.
I'm not doing this shit. No, girl, I men that today, they be like, man, you can go through my, because men now, we at this age now where men want to settle down and have kids and all this shit. And they speak on their experiences with women and not having privacy. And you probably one of them girls, I got to be in the house by 10 o'clock. Let me tell you something, but you're a grown ass man. I'm not putting no leash on you. But you know a respectable motherfucking hour. You know how to respectfully talk to me. Yes. You know what the fuck I would not tolerate, because guess what, homeboy? If I did that shit to you, you wouldn't fucking like it. So if I can't do it, you can't do it. Don't play with me.
I agree 100%. And it just be so stressful because it's like, why do I have to sit here and do all this extra shit? Like, I want to invest in someone as much as they invested in me. I'm tired of over investing and being underpaid in a relationship. God damn it,
girl,
it's like you put so much into it, because like when a person is mad and angry, they sit here and tell you how they really feel. I used to be really mad at the motherfucker. Then I sit here and say stuff to hurt your feelings, and sometimes I didn't mean that stuff. Sometimes I did mean that stuff. But it's like, when you're, like I said, I used to be that person. I started maturing because I'm like, damn, my feelings hurt. Well, fuck your feelings. Now I'm at the point, like, if you're going to be mad, or even with me, if I'm mad, I'm sitting here, it's that deep. I'm not going to sit here and hurt your feelings, because you can't take those things back. Not only that, a lot of times you don't feel that way. You just sitting there talking of hurt, pain. But motherfuckers gonna look at you different, and now you sit here and continue a cycle. I'm not adding more stress in a relationship than the stress that I have outside of this motherfucker, including these bills, including these jobs, and the people I gotta work with, the people I'm around, just people every day that I interact with that I don't know. I'm not adding extra stress into my house that's supposed to be my safe haven. Hell no. That's more to that person. The same as they're investing in you, and vice versa. Like, don't over invest because you're going to be underpaid. That respect thing is so underrated, and it's not talked about, because we sit there and allow the disrespect, because again, we're getting the stuff that we was lacking, and we're settling for everything else. That's not over.
And you know what? People have a fear of being alone. See, another thing. When you said when you get upset with people tend to hurt each other's feelings and go for blood. It took me going to therapy, because I used to be that person. When I tell you my mouth is fucking reckless, well, it used to be, because I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. but when you going back and forth with your mate, I had to learn that if you're my mate, you're not my enemy, sweetheart. You're supposed to be my partner. You versus the problem, not me versus you. So if you doing shit to hurt me, do you really give a fuck about me? Are you mad at me, or are we mad at this issue? You know what I'm saying? Because when I feel like you attacking me, oh baby, I'm gonna attack you back. Now we're not even fucked up about the issue. Now we fucked up about each other. And is that even love for real? Do we love each other if we attacking each other like this? I'm not doing that in my relationships no more, sweetie. If me and you have a problem, we are going to address the problem. Because when you say shit to hurt, whether mean it or not, a part of you been thinking about this shit for a minute. Like, how dare you say this to me when you ain't that, or you ain't perfect, because you're trying to defend yourself. If I gotta defend myself against my partner, baby, well, you're not my partner. We don't need to be together, or we need to fix the problem, because that shit is unhealthy and it's toxic. And now we done said this shit, and we done put it out there because we're trying to hurt each other. And now when we come back to the relationship, it fucks up our trust, how we rely on each other, on each other. Now we looking at each other sideways. Like, can you really trust somebody that threw your shortcomings in your face?
Yes.
Can you really? Now we got a bigger issue. I'm not doing that. And then people have this fear of being alone, which is why they settle for shit. They settle for the bare minimum. It's people out here just like it's fucked up men and women out here, it's good men and women out here. Like, there are good people out here that legit are emotionally and financially and mature enough to be in relationships, wanting to reciprocate what they're being given. You just have to take time to find that person.
Yes.
You also take time to find yourself. It's okay to be alone. It's fine.
Yes.
Because if you love yourself and you don't know what you want for yourself, if you don't how can you expect somebody to treat you better than you treat you? You know what I mean? Which is why people settle. Be alone. Take that time to you. I'm not saying you got to go out here and hoe and throw that coochie to every motherfucker that want it, but take that time. Self-love and that self-realization is everything, because you take that into a relationship. You project what you want. And the right partner will be like, okay, I see what she wants. I see that respect is big for her. So either I'm going to give her respect or I'm not. If I don't respect this girl, she's not going to be here for the long run. So
exactly. Oh, we got somebody who want to speak real quick. Hold on. Let's see what they talking about.
Lulu and Shanëa, what it is, Nico just riding through these stereo streets, came across y'all too. Y'all talking about a good topic. Have me thinking back at my past relationships, and they were toxic. Like, me and my lady, we would say things to hurt each other. You know, I'm a very peaceful brother, but I was attracting the wrong type of women. And I even discovered that a couple of my exes, they preferred us to argue. They liked the passion when it came to the makeup sex. They felt like I cared about them and loved them more when we would argue. They felt like if we didn't argue, the relationship was getting dull, stale, or boring or something like that. So I think they just needed some type of counseling from the past. But I'm feeling y'all.
That now.
well, thank you, sugar.
We appreciate that, for real. But no, even that, just that part right there, because I used to be like that. Like, I used to love to fight. Like, fuck my life up. You know, look, I'm from Chicago. I used to be like that. Even recently, even in my marriage at the beginning, I am a hothead between me and Mass. And I'm like, I need to stop doing that, because I'm so used to being in those type of relationships where that's all I know, where it's like, I'm not used to having peace. I'm used to the drama. I'm used to the fight. I'm used to it. It's entertaining. Let me be honest. It's fucking thrilling. It's fun. But it's like, you don't realize how toxic it is at the same time, to the point it's like, it's stressful as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like aggressive, passionate type of thing. It's the everything else, the negative part of it, the things that you say, the stuff that you can't come back from, that really takes a toll on the relationship. So I totally get that whole part, because I used to be like that. But there's some people that just they just like that crazy shit. So
you know what? When I was with my ex-husband, Clifton, when I tell you, was every stereo definition of a hood nigga. Let me tell you about Clifton. Clifton wanted to be fucked with, period. Clifton had hands. Clifton popped his hot shit. He was one of them. And to be with him, because remember, I came from trauma. I grew up in the hood, you know what I'm saying? I'm naturally aggressive. But I tell you, everything about me and Clifton was a fucking argument or a fight. But for a long time, we felt like that was normal. And it wasn't until I divorced Clifton and got with my second husband that I realized he used to feel like I was so aggressive toward him. Like I hated him. He's like, why you coming at me like that? But babe, this is what I'm used to. Like, why you not aggressive enough? Like, where's your aggression? You know? And then again, going to therapy, and I preach therapy because therapy really grew me the fuck up. It really showed me what the fuck my life was and who I am and what the fuck I'm seeking and what I'm doing and the consequences of my actions. It took me being with him to calm me down, to show me that all that aggression and to get that same passion. I don't necessarily have to fight with my man to get that same passion in the bedroom. I don't necessarily have to be his sparring partner to get that same passion. You'll be surprised at how much better love and sex can be when you are actually a teammate and when you actually a partner with your significant other. Because we on one accord, our mindsets are the same, we have the same vision, and we operate at a level of maturity when we finally get in the bedroom, we ain't got no problems. I love you more today, you love me more today. But I tell you, that level of sex and love and passion hit different. And I thought that aggressive, all that fucking fighting, sex was
Yeah.
great. That mutual understanding sex, that grown folks sex in the bedroom, baby, you more acceptable to try more shit, to do more shit. You want to go the distance because you like, damn, if we fucking like this and we
Man,
open
what?
in it, baby, ain't no telling what type of orgasm we can get up in. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Look, maybe
But yeah,
pregnant tomorrow. You just don't know the way it's going down. Right?
and no, and that angry sex can be good, but do you really want to be fucking somebody? And I just got through calling your mama bald head hoe, and I know you sensitive about your mom. Now you fucking me because you mad and you ramming the fuck out of me and it kind of hurt, but I'm so used to the pain versus us
Right.
kind of having some sex because you passionate like, yeah, I love this woman, like she just
Right.
every, you know what I mean? There's a difference. The feeling is different. It hit different.
It is. And the dedication is different because you so, it's like you feel, you trust this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you acceptable to try anything new because it just hits so different. The spots different. The passion different. They hold you different. They love it on you different. Then it's like when
Girl,
you wake up,
it's
it's a
different,
good
girl.
ass,
You
girl, you
hold you
wake
different.
up
Yeah.
feeling amazing. You ain't waking up mad as hell. Like I remember that shit you said last night. We still ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no beef, bruh. Damn, maybe
Yes.
breakfast in bed at this point. The shit was so good. We were so at peace. Hey, you want to pull up at Waffle House?
Listen, I learned how to control my anger and realize that I don't have to box with my man to get that same type of passion. After sex, it's like that next day. It's such a beautiful feeling. Like I don't even want to get out the bed. I just want to look at you like, babe, you my friend.
You get to talking different.
I'm such a hothead. Like I be ready. I be on go. But now that I've matured and I know, that I don't have to take all that hostility and that anger into my relationships are different. Our conversations are different. I speak life into my man different. I can get problems solved and we still be cool afterwards. Like even if my man do something to hurt my feelings. Now, instead of being like, motherfucker, this, then the third, I can talk to him. He be like, but babe, I fucked up. You know what? I'm sorry. Let me show you. When you can be accountable like that with your mate and you have that level of trust and understanding and dependability with your man respond different when you respect them and they respect you. What? The level of respect is different. I will never go back. Hostility. I cannot do it. No.
Can't risk it, dog. I'm telling you, that respect is so important in a relationship. Even when it comes to the business aspect of your relationship. If you don't respect your partner, how the fuck you gonna trust them with how you gonna sit there and be in business with them, trust them with a decision where they not gonna snake you or go behind your back or anything like that, or even ruin the company because you feel like, damn it, they probably do some shit to sabotage me because they so mad they don't respect me. You know what I'm saying? They probably just say, forget it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to finances, you don't respect somebody. Respect is just the same as trust.
Facts. I feel like people don't talk about respect enough in relationships. I feel like if anything, respect should be it should be the number one thing that you should be seeking in a relationship. But in order to get respect, you have to respect yourself. People
Facts.
say to get respect, you got to give respect. No, you got to respect yourself first. Because if I meet a man and off the rip, I see that he not with the fuck shit, I'll be like, you know what? I can't approach him on no fuck shit. He not even going. But if I want that man's time, I know how to approach him. I heard men say, you know what? She ain't with the fuck shit, bro. You got to come at her a little different. She ain't with it. So if
Yeah.
you present that level of respect, you can get that level of respect. And if a motherfucker don't want to give it to you, press on. Fuck him.
For real. And it's like everything speaking, you have to give yourself. Like you said, you show people how you want to be treated. You allow people, the way you allow people to treat you is another way people will treat you because they're going to get away with what they can, period. It's just like little children. They're sneaky. They're going to do they're going to push the button, see what they can get away with. And once they can do that, they're going to continue to do it. It's the same as adults. So it's like you allow that, it's going to continue to happen. You know what I'm saying? You're sitting there making that decision, that conscious decision to sit there, the conscious decision not to take care of yourself, love yourself, invest in yourself, but wanting someone else to do it. But it's at the same time, you can't put more in a person than putting into you. And that's my issue as an adulthood. Like being a woman at this point, it's like, dang, I'm doing all these things for myself, and I find myself too caught into myself where I forget about my partner. Oh, okay, let me change the narrative, but then you become unbalanced because then again in a relationship I wasn't taught certain things, so either I'm overworking or underworking, and I'm sitting here disrespecting myself with certain things that I'm doing or even allowing, but I'm sitting here still wanting those same things from you. Like it's so contradicting. It's so goddamn toxic within yourself.
Facts. And you know what? I like the fact that we not just highlight men, this being a woman issue or a man issue. We speaking in general about people because both sexes experience this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not one type of person. It's everybody. You know what I mean? Yes, child. Hell yeah. I can't sit here and ask you for some shit I don't give my goddamn self. That's crazy. How can I ask you for? And I don't even know how to give it to myself. That's crazy. And I hate people jump into these relationships with people and they want somebody to treat them better than they treat themselves. That don't make no sense to me.
It don't make sense. And girl, somebody said something else. Hold on.
Yo, say it louder for the women in the back that didn't hear you. Say it again. When you respect your man and the way you talk to him, when you talk to him right and you respect him, he respects you more. Like, all that disrespecting, man, coming at me sideways, I'm just going to end up disrespecting you. You feel me? And once again, it was, I think both of y'all said it. It was exciting. I'm not going to make it seem like it wasn't. You know, it did have its own passion, even though it was toxic and the sex was fucking great. But just, it doesn't last for the long run, man. And I know that now since I'm older. And I'm glad y'all two know that now as well. Yeah, I get it. Y'all understand.
Man, for real.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I like aggressive men. I do. But once I learned the respect factor, not even just because he my man, but as a person, like to just respect him and to treat him, because if I want my man to treat me a certain type of way, I have to treat him a certain type of way so he know, hey, I'm not going to disrespect you, don't disrespect me. This is how the dynamic of our relationship should go. Once I realized, when I realized even the most aggressive of men, you start to see the more softer side of him. You start seeing the better parts of him. You start seeing people really flourish because it becomes a safe space now. They feel respected, feel heard, they feel appreciated. And not just men, women too. But they start to feel more comfortable with you. So they're willing to do more, go the distance, go the mile. I've seen motherfuckers change whole personality. You ever see men and they be super playboys, right? I'm talking about just going through, you know what I'm saying? And then they finally get married and everybody like, he changed, he married, what she doing? Gotta do something. He probably respect that man. He probably was talking crazy to your ass because you didn't feel like it was a safe place. I've seen some of the meanest, most aggressive, most player type men get with a woman or get with their mate or get with another man, whoever they get with, and just turn to a new motherfucker. That's a level of peace and trust and dependability and respect that they didn't feel like they was getting nowhere else. And when you get that, I'm telling you, that shit will change your fucking life. It changed shit. It changed relationships. It changed the dynamic. People become better, feel better in environments where the relationship breeds comfort and respect.
I agree. You definitely change. You become light on your feet. You get the happy, everything. Just be happy in everything. It'd be like, oh my God, where was this a minute ago? It teaches you so. When you have somebody that treats you a certain way, it teaches you new things. You know what I'm saying? You start to have a new standard, a new goal, something else to reach. You're starting to level up, elevate. You know what I'm saying? You're not sitting here just staying stagnant, being angry, being just the same damn person you've been.
But you know, people gotta want that. People have to want it. People have to be mature enough and adult enough. And you know, and I tell people this all the time. My maturity came with time because I wasn't always as mature as I am today. I would say that I was so immature, and it was well into my 20s. I was immature as fuck. But people have to want that. A lot of people are so in denial about their own transgressions and their own shortcomings and their own people. Even people out here really feel like they can do no wrong. When you can look yourself in the mirror and hold yourself accountable and say, you know what, I want to do better. I want better. I want better relationships. I want a better. I want you to. I want my situations to be better. When you do better, you will attract better. You will get better.
Man.
Motherfucker, better. But you have to want that. You have to be mature enough to be like, you know what? It's cutting it. It start with you.
Better for yourself. Even from the aspect, I'm like, dang, working this job, I can't fucking stand it. I hate my job to the core. But I still go. I still keep it professional. I say to myself, but one big thing, even I'm not gonna allow somebody I work with to disrespect me. I'm not gonna allow the person at home to disrespect me. You get what I'm saying? So it's like even with the business part, you gotta invest in yourself as much as you just gotta overwork, because at the end of the day, when you're in a situation where you're not happy with your job, your dream goal, your dream job, you're working overtime outside the 9 to 5 that you're already working. You get what I'm saying? So when you're with someone and you see that same drive, that same passion, bro, it hits different too. Or if you see that, it needs to motivate you. If you're the person that's lacking that potential, or not even that potential, but that energy, that same drive to the situation, because you're so caught up to other stuff, putting your energy in other stuff that you're not so focused.
I agree. I think you got somebody that want to say, 2 people that want to say something. Okay, y'all, hey.
As we are in the middle of the night, as the moon and the stars are watching over us, as we take the time to be on stereo, I just want to say, Minding Mine and Lulu, I appreciate you too. This is Executive sliding through, bringing the positive vibes, the love, and the support. I thank you too for taking the time and being on stereo, giving us topics of discussion. But one thing you're right about relationships, you must take the time to know yourself before you can be there for someone else.
Hello, amen.
This is true indeed. Love is a patient.
That man, boy, so damn smooth.
He took his time to say that, baby. Okay.
He need to be on the elevator music, okay? Man, hold on, we got one more.
Y'all just speaking nothing but facts. And let me ask y'all real quick. Did y'all hear about the situation with the city girls and their dude? With Lil Uzi, I think that's his name. He was with one of the city girls, JT, where he is with her. And him and her best friend, the other half of the city girls, Young Miami, they don't get along. Like they clash. So my question to y'all is, if y'all boyfriend didn't get along with your best friend or your sister, what do you do? Do you break up with him? Do you make them get along? What do you do?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna be 100. And I seen it, you know. I seen the fucking I did. And I seen Young Miami's boyfriend come back and say what the hell he had to say, you know, rightfully so, trying to defend his woman. Here's my thing. If my man and first of all, if my man and my best friend or my man and my sister did not get along, a part of me would feel some type of way. I would be torn. I'm not gonna lie. I would be torn because in a perfect world, your man and your family, and best friends are like family. And all my best friends are my family. I don't even disgrace them with the term best friend. That's my family. So if they didn't get along, a part of me would want to know why. However, it's not a requirement that they have to get along. As long as there is a respect between them. Because if my man loves me and my family love me and respect me, as long as there's a respect between y'all don't have to speak. We ain't got to hang bang with the fucking gang. But what you're not going to do is speak down on the other person. And what we're not going to do is disrespect them or say nothing out of pocket. That's what we're not going to do. Now, in the case of fucking Uzi and Carisha and JT, I feel like they allowed that. They allowed that shit. You know what I mean? Maybe in JT and Carisha's relationship, they cool with their significant other popping off all this crazy shit. I'm not with it. I don't feel like that's my man's place. I don't feel like that's healthy. You know what I mean? I don't understand why my man would concern himself with what me and my friend got going on. Are y'all friends? Y'all not friends. Y'all know each other through me. So whether y'all fool each other or not, what the fuck is that? Y'all don't have to. You know what I mean? That's not even on the table for discussion. You didn't come here to be friends with my friends. You came here to be with me. You know what I mean? But I will not allow the disrespect. It's not happening. So am I going to leave my man? Necessarily, no, because it's not a requirement. Now, if the shit get disrespectful and it's becoming an issue in our relationship, then we might have to sit at the table and talk about this like grown folks. Because you can't replace family. But this is my man. And if my man love me and respect me enough, baby, you ain't got to like them, but have some respect. And my sister and my friend, y'all ain't got to like him. And a matter of fact, he not fucking y'all. He's fucking me. So respect me. Him. You know what I'm saying? And let's keep it moving. Like, let's be grown about this. Let's be mature about this. I feel like that whole situation was mature as hell. But all of them young as a motherfucker. So, I mean, what can you expect from people still learning? So,
yeah, I agree with you. Like, for one, I'm not leaving my relationship because they don't get along. You know what I'm saying? I have been in relationships where my family didn't like my spouse, or my spouse didn't like my family, or whatever the case may be. And it's like you said, as long as it's a respect thing, I don't need to know that y'all beefing, that y'all don't like each other. I know that. I'm not going to put y'all in a situation where I'm going to leave y'all in a room or anything where they can question my spouse or be disrespectful, or like, well, altercation couldn't even create itself. You get what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't want to be left in an uncomfortable situation. But like you said, it's a respect thing. It's not a requirement, because you're not going to like, just like your parents not going to like everybody you bring home, it's going to be your friends not going to like everybody that you date. It's going to be your spouse not going to like all your friends. They're going to feel like at times that your friends ain't really your friends or really got your back. Then what you supposed to do? Stop being a friend or leave your spouse or you date? No. As long as it's a respect thing, and even if they discuss the other party, they need to discuss it in a respectful manner, not being like negative or evil or nothing like that. Because at the end of the day, your friend and the person you date both should have your best interest at heart, because they love you, they fuck with you.
Y'all ain't got to like each other for what? I don't give two shits. As long as you like me. Let's be clear.
Right.
Shit.
What's up, Civil Mindset Podcast? That was part 1 of me and Shanëa podcast. Tap in for part 2 this Thursday. Streaming everywhere. Let's get it.